Welcome, welcome, welcome to Listener's Choice, Podcast 84. I'm one of your hosts, Gary Kroschel. I have with me the lovely
Mariya.
That's right. Oh yeah, what are we doing about last name? You taking my last name?
I am. I already have an email. Mariya.Kroschel.
She grabbed it, dude.
I grabbed it in case it wasn't going to be available.
Sometimes that's proactive thinking right there.
I'm crazy.
The song that brought us in here is Magic City Hippies. Got to shout them out.
Woo.
We've been to a Magic City Hippies concert.
We have.
That
It
was
very fun.
Was that in LA?
Yes.
Oh man, that was wild. Our homies from Miami. It's technically a listener's choice podcast episode, but this is also we'll call this the wedding podcast because we're going to put this up on our wedding website for any new or current listeners of the pod to listen to get educated about this relationship right here because we're getting married. We're getting married next year.
10 months?
10 months, something like 10 months. September 4th.
Damn.
Exciting. Yeah, we let's start by talking about how we ended up on that date. How did we get to that date?
So our first date.
No.
Oh no,
How we decided on September 4th.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a Sunday.
So that is Labor Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically a Saturday.
That's
which
the
is
idea.
Great, but it costs less, which is even greater.
Yes.
Long weekend for us and our guests.
Yeah, we're hoping that, come down to SoCal, spend a nice weekend down there. We'll be doing the same because we live in NorCal now. So we'll be making our trip down there. And it's going to be good. So, this podcast, a little bit of background on our relationship, a little bit of a deep dive into how we met, how we became engaged, and some other little tidbits in the relationship for those of you who don't have the privilege to see us every day. We're not able to talk to you guys about every little detail. So if you're a little behind on the times, we're going to catch you up.
Mm-hmm.
And it did all start with our first date.
Our first date.
We met on OkCupid.
Mm-hmm. Dating app.
We had a solid A or A- percentage match.
Yeah, we had like someplace in the 90s.
Because OkCupid is one of these dating apps where they ask you all these questions, and depending on your answers to all these questions about your favorite food and how you want to raise your kids and what's your favorite color, whatever, they give you a kind of a percentage match with all these different people. So we had a pretty good match to start, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to, worry if Mariya being a huge racist or anything. Don't got to ask those questions.
Nope.
And whose idea was it to get brunch? Probably. Well, the place was close to you.
You had like a stalker thing or capture the flag thing afterwards.
I had some plans. It was like a Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay, you tell the story.
So you had plans in the valley to play capture the flag, and I lived in the valley. So it was probably your idea, although I don't know for sure. And so we got lunch at one of my favorite spots. I think I forgot the name of it. Victoria's Millennium Cafe, or like Veronica's Millennium Cafe.
Yeah, it's a weird name. It was like Veronica's Millennium Cafe.
It's very cute. They have like a little outdoor area. And yeah, I mean, Gary and I, we began texting on the app, kind of chatting here and there, and we were both like, okay, let's see how this first date goes. So we get lunch. I think I ordered oatmeal with fruit, and you ordered...
I think I got an omelet. It was kind of a brunch.
Yeah, it was a brunch. And then we just kind of chatted and had fun, and then we finished eating, and then we still had some time left over, and I think Gary was intrigued because he was like, so what do we do now? You know, and I said, oh, ho, 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 okay. So I've got him.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, there's a bookstore around here.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting because, especially with these first dates, it's like, you almost like run a risk if you're going to hang out for like a long period of time. It's usually like coffee or just a meal or a drink, and that's it, you know. And you're just kind of checking. You're really testing the waters.
Yeah.
But things were going very smoothly, and again, I had a few hours before I had another obligation. I was part of this rec league, and we were in the valley, and I was like, yeah, what do we do next? And I was thinking in my head, because I was like, well, you know, what are some activities that we could do that's not like super high commitment, not very involved. And I was thinking in my head, like maybe just like a bookstore or something. Mm-hmm. And Mariya pulled out her phone and she was looking, I'm sure she Googled like what to do when
Google.
when your first date is still hanging around. And she was like, well, there's a bookstore nearby. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
she's got good taste.
It's called the Iliad, I think, in North Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And they just have like a bookstore cat that just hangs out, which clearly I was
nice local shop.
Very cute. And
did we walk there or did we drive there?
We took my car.
Okay.
You parked at the cafe. And we get there and you're really into the books. And I'm just kind of glancing at them because, I don't know, it was a first date. And I was like, I don't really have an interest right now to get anything. Mm-hmm. But it was an activity. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I did some flirting here and there. I think like I touched your arm, maybe.
Wow.
You know?
Huge plays.
And Gary had bought a book.
Was that, did I get the Romeo and Juliet Choose Your Adventure thing?
Oh, baby. Did you ever?
Because whenever I go to a bookstore, I think I've like looked through it once, but whenever I go to a bookstore, I just like to buy something, you know? It's like being a patron. And I just, you know, I'm looking at all kinds of covers and stuff I recognize, stuff I don't. So I saw a neat book.
Yeah.
But then.
And you got it, and then that was kind of the end of our date. So then I took us back to your car, and I was like, all right, well, here we are now. Gary's like, give me a hug. So, yeah.
Did I say that? I was like, hey, give me a hug.
Well, you didn't say it like...
Hey, miss over there, give me a hug.
He said, come on, let's... I don't know how you said it, but it was like this half-ass, like, half-car hug was not going to cut it. So
I see.
You were like, come and hug me
I was like,
outside.
get out of the car and give me a proper hug.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
So I was like, okay, a man who likes to take charge.
He's making moves.
Okay.
Fucking going in for a hug.
This player over here.
First date.
So I get out of the car and he gives me a nice hug. I recall that. It was a hefty, heartfelt hug.
Good. Didn't like, wasn't too hard, didn't hurt the boobs too much?
No, you did not hurt the boobs too much. So then that was it. And then I got in my car and I left. And then a few hours later, I get a text from Gary. Well, first, let me say, so with first dates, I'm cautious. I don't get too
attached,
enamored. Yeah,
sure.
Because like you know, I've had great first dates that were just like meh afterwards. So I'm just like, let's just see. You know, I could take it, leave it because I was cautious. Mm-hmm. And Gary, he sends me a text a few hours after our date saying he's been playing Capture the Flag all day, hanging out with people, and he can't get me out of his head.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh. Well.
I think it was a but. There's a key. I think I've been playing Capture the Flag for the past few hours and I've been really busy and all this stuff, but to be honest, I just can't stop thinking about you. Or I just can't get you out of my head. I think that's what it was.
I was like, okay, I think he's interested.
Yeah, I figured, you know, I should put my best foot forward.
Yeah.
You know, not be afraid.
Yeah.
And it was a great first date.
It was a great first date. And I was like, okay, I think he likes me. So, I think, yeah. And then it was honestly after the third date where I was like, okay, this fucking guy. Oh, Maybe I'm not supposed to curse because my family's going to hear this. But
The babies are listening. Yeah, no.
But this guy, I could definitely see myself really liking him.
Yeah, from that point on, it was like just consistent, basically at least once a week.
Yeah.
Sometimes twice a week, hanging out, going on dates.
Yeah, it was fun. It was easy. And that was it. So that was
our story.
That was our story.
That was story number one.
How we met.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. We have that date with my hair.
Oh, yeah, you can tell a quick little side story.
A quick story. So this was like, I think maybe our third date. We went out for Ethiopian food, and then we hit up Lakma. But when we were getting food, so my hair at the time was a lot longer, and it just like, it gets into everything.
It doesn't really matter how long your hair is. It's always everywhere.
Fine. It's everywhere. And we were eating Ethiopian food, which is like a lot of meat and like sauces and fluids and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And Gary's going to town
one does
on his food, on his meal. And then I see he's like kind of like choking or something. Something is not right. And I see him like slowly yank out a long hair out of his throat.
Uh-huh.
Like it was down in his esophagus. It was in there real
all right,
deep.
Sure.
Okay. And it was dark brown hair. And I was like, I wonder whose hair that is.
Who done did this? She stood up. She's like,
Where is the manager?
Someone needs to answer for these crimes.
No, it was my hair, and I was mortified. I was so embarrassed because it was like my hair's in his food, and he just choked on it, and then he like basically threw it up. I mean, I just felt horrible. And Gary, he just kind of like laughed it off. He was like, it's all good.
Yeah, I didn't care.
I was like, damn, this is the man.
This is also pre-COVID, you know?
Yeah.
Zero germ fear at all. Just
We
like,
did not
whatever.
care. Yeah.
Like
Germs, hair, throw it
hepatitis
all
on the
in.
hair. I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I was like, that's nice. He's a good one.
Yeah, no big deal. I'm not going to let that get in the way of a nice date. I'm not going to let that ruin my stride.
Yeah, it was a good attitude because I was embarrassed.
Choking on a hair.
No biggie. It happens.
So then our that one thing leads to another. We moved in together.
Yep.
We
moved in together. I think exactly a year after we like started talking.
Yeah. So
like
less than a year after we were
first-
like official.
Yeah, it's like 9 months after we were official, and then a year after we matched, I think, or something.
Yeah. Who's got that time to waste?
Nobody got time. Okay,
We know what we want.
We were in our late 20s, so it was time.
Although we did live with a friend of mine, Ryan Dolbaum.
Ryan,
Shout out to our homie.
He's great. He was a great friend.
I mean,
roommate.
who's to know what would happen to our relationship without Ryan there?
I mean,
For all we know,
he was
the
gone
glue.
a lot, babe.
Yeah, let's be honest. Ryan basically did not live there.
We basically had like a part-time roommate occasionally.
But we had a doctor on call.
It was great. Like I said, hey, I have this mark on my back. Can you check this out? I have this pain in my hip. Can you check this out?
To this day, anything and
love him.
everything.
We love him. And throughout COVID, right, having a third person was really helpful to have him around. He was great. We love him.
Mm-hmm.
We love you, Ryan.
Yeah, shout out for sure. But no, I mean, we did have some growing pains during COVID.
Yes.
I mean, it was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I need my independence.
Yeah, Gary needs more alone time than I do.
Yeah.
So learning that was
and there's no independence in
for me.
COVID because
No.
like you're supposed to just be inside all the time.
Yeah.
So.
But we got through it.
Yeah.
And we had a routine. We get all dressed up for date night, and we just stay in. Like, we would get all dressed up. Like, we would look fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And then just open some wine, order some food, play some games.
Play some Fall Guys.
It was so much fun. It was great. I
Look
loved that.
good
Yeah.
while no one else is looking at us.
Only each other.
So, after living together successfully through the early months of COVID and all the time we spent together, and especially after Mariya met my family and I met her family and everything went very smoothly, it was basically a no-brainer that I had to ask this girl to marry me. So we did start looking at rings, and I wasn't gonna make any crazy plays. I made a crazy enough play on that first date when I sent that text. That's about as crazy as I was gonna get in this relationship.
He's a risk taker.
So so I let Mariya in on the process of finding a ring. She is a woman that knows what she wants.
Exactly.
Knows what she likes.
I wanted to choose it and know I would love it.
Yeah.
Rather than, I just, jewelry taste is so subjective.
Yeah, she's gonna be wearing this forever.
Right. So I was like, I need to know I love it. And
so we found a place in Santa Monica. Well, we did a lot of kind of shopping around, research. We had all kinds of friends who were giving us links and advice. And again, shout outs to Hutch and Christina and everyone who helped us with that process. But we finally found a ring, and then we ordered it. And from that point on, Mariya was left out of the process. It was supposed to be kind of a surprise. So I think the jeweler told Mariya, like, oh, it's going to take a few weeks at least or something.
Like 4 to 6 weeks to make the ring.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I have like a month, after this date.
She's like, I have a month before I'm going to start suspecting Gary around every turn.
Exactly. Anytime that we leave the house.
Yeah. But then the jeweler got back to me in like 2 weeks and was like, hey, we're basically,
like a week and a half.
The ring's basically ready. You can pick it up. So I think, this was still, were you going into the office? You were going into the office?
No, I stopped going at mid-March. So like March to 10th, I stopped going.
Well, there was a time, I think you were in the office for just like a day. And this was also, this is Mariya still Zooming with her clients as a therapist, but just being in an office.
Oh, no, because I'm going into the office to do virtual work. Right. Okay.
Don't ever question me
it was
again.
On a Friday. Right.
Do not ever question me again. So she was doing her thing. I was able to sneak out of the house. Like, it's hard to do any kind of secret stuff during COVID.
Sneaky. He got me good.
But I snaked my way out of the house, got the ring, came back, and we had a 2-year anniversary trip planned.
In March.
Like
March
that weekend.
23rd is our anniversary of being official.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had a plan.
We got an Airbnb in Joshua Tree.
Woohoo!
And, we were just going to go for the weekend and take a break from the COVID life. You got to try and mix things up if you can.
Right.
So I realized this was my only opportunity to surprise Mariya because she thinks the ring's still being made.
True.
So I snagged it.
Very smart on his part because I would have been very suspicious any other time. Yeah.
So the I wanted to do it. We were only going to stay there for one night, right?
One night.
Did we go on a hike that day?
We did go on a hike earlier and we got lost.
Yeah, we maybe got lost. Not really.
And Gary's like, no, I know how to get there. No, just follow me. And then I was like, we're lost.
It was definitely pretty sketch. It was pretty classic, like, the man takes he's like, oh, I know where I am.
Right.
I did know where I was. I think you were like,
I knew I was in California.
I feel like it's like credit to you. I don't know if it's credit or just like, because you really had no idea what direction the car was even in.
I don't know where south or north is. Like, don't ever ask me. It's like left or right. Tell me that.
So you really did just trust me when I was like, we're going to leave the path and we're going to follow me off-roading to get back to the car. Because
I had to.
We had the map, but there was no reception, and we were going to make this loop, but we kept walking, and I wasn't seeing the turn. In retrospect, we looked back, and we were close. If we had just persevered for another like 10 minutes, but the sun was going down and I was like, you know what? I don't want to risk it. So we're just going to head straight back to the car now. And I know that if we go over that ridge, we will get back to the main like route. But it was definitely sketch.
Yeah, there was like a dead turtle.
There was a dead turtle.
On our path.
You really got to bring that up in front of the audience, huh?
Yeah. They have to know the kind of vibe that we were in. So
it was, we were in like a desert basically.
We were. And everything looks identical, just cacti and rocks everywhere.
Yeah. Did you get? You may have gotten scraped by a plant or something.
I did get a few scratches.
There were some injuries.
But we made it.
We made it back to the car.
Okay.
And then we were making it to the
Airbnb.
What do you want to even call this? The shack.
The shack. Basically, it was made out of paper.
It looked nice in photos, but it was extremely off the beaten path, literally not like any kind of asphalt or concrete within like a mile. So we were driving over we were basically like we needed a Hummer.
Yeah.
And we had my Acura TSX.
It was like a tire grave site. There were just like screwed up tires.
There were
everywhere.
busted ass tires all over the side of the road. Not a good sign.
And there were like pebbles everywhere, rocks, pebbles on the
Maria
road.
hates pebbles.
So we had to go like how fast? Like
5 miles an hour for like a mile
to get through this because it was just dangerous. We could have popped a tire.
So we made it, and of course we picked this Airbnb partly because it had a hot tub that was heated by a wood furnace
Outside.
outside. So, I was like, okay, I'm going to start chopping wood immediately and try and get this wood furnace started because apparently it takes 4 hours to heat up.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have a lighter
No.
with fuel.
Nope.
They did bring one. They brought us one. But it was about an hour of me like slaving away out front, chopping wood, trying to get this fire started, failing, very cold, very windy. And I was thinking to myself, this is not a great start to a like proposal weekend. And I'm like, I'm tired too. But eventually, the universe shone down upon me and sparked that fire. And I was like, okay, I think that's like half the work. Because I could tell Mariya was getting frustrated too. Because if there was no fire, there would be no hope of a hot tub and there would just be depression.
Well, let's just explain like why the hot tub was so important. Because during COVID, we got an Airbnb.
We'd done this before.
And I picked one solely because it had a hot tub.
Yeah.
And it advertised as having a hot tub that was usable. So
you tell them.
There. This was in what, like August maybe?
I don't know.
2020? I don't even know. We were so excited to just leave LA and go elsewhere for a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out this hot tub was not in use because of COVID. But no one told us anything. So I chose it because of the hot tub, but we couldn't use it. So I was so upset.
Mm-hmm.
Not like at anyone, just upset.
At the universe.
At the universe, you know?
So that's why
no
the universe...
one told me. So that's why I had to choose a place that had a hot tub for our 2-year anniversary. And it was this cool, like, industrial type of hot tub that's, like, super, like, I don't know.
It was very hipster.
It was very hipster, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, we have to have a hot tub experience because we haven't. We still hadn't, right? Other than
we did the hot tub at Hutch's place.
And Hutch's place. But
Shout
before
out.
then, right. So we had to have a hot tub. So it was very important to me that we get a hot tub that worked and that we could use.
Yeah. So it was stressful. It was a little weird. And it wasn't necessarily the perfect situation to propose to your girlfriend. But I got the fire started.
You did.
And I still had the element of surprise on my side. and listen carefully.
Oh, wait.
Oh, my gosh.
Before you get there. So this place was not exactly how we had imagined it. It was a studio, which I didn't anticipate. I wasn't reading the info correctly. I thought it had like its own separate bedroom. But it was just a room. It was like a shack. It had like one knife.
There were no blinds.
No blinds, so we couldn't nap.
So I wanted to take a nap after I spent all that work doing the fire, and it was like
bright light.
It was like
in
just
your eyes.
the middle of the day inside the house.
And there was a weird like portrait of a parrot that hurt your eyes to look at. It was kind of blurry. It was as if it was like a weird optical illusion that just hurt you.
To this day, it seems like Maria's the most offended by that parrot portrait.
I'll never go back there again.
It really doesn't make sense. It's like it literally hurts to look at this thing.
Yeah.
Why would you have this in the Airbnb?
Why?
So, like I said, I had the element of surprise on my side, and I had a poem written.
Yes.
Prepared.
So we exchanged cards for like birthdays or anniversaries and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So this was not out of the blue for him to have something like that for me, which he normally does.
But this poem was custom built for the proposal. So I think we tried and failed to take a nap, but the fire was going, the hot tub was heating up, and things were on a good enough kind of pace that I figured, oh, hey, let's exchange cards. So it was like 5:30. Sun was going down.
Outside.
The golden hour in the backyard in Joshua Tree. And these photos we posted these photos on Facebook at some point.
We did.
But we're not on Facebook anymore.
I'm on Instagram still.
But yeah, you tell, because I think, did you give me your card first? And I read it and I was like, oh, thanks.
Yeah,
right?
I gave my card and it was heartfelt and it was
a good card.
How I viewed Gary and how I think others view him. And then when it was his turn, he read his out loud, which is not abnormal for us. And it was, as I was hearing the poem, I was thinking, this could have been a great time for him to ask me to marry him if he had the ring. Little did I know, he did have the ring.
It's true. I dropped that last stanza and then I got on my knee and asked her to marry me.
Yeah, and I don't even recall saying yes, because later I was like, wait, did I say yes? Because I was just very...
You nodded your head at least.
I nodded my head and I was like kind of in tears, and it really caught me off guard.
Yeah.
But it was when in the end he said, now all you have to do is
marry
me.
Yeah.
And his hand went into the pocket and I was like, oh God, okay, it's happening.
Yeah. And from that point on, it was a pretty great weekend.
Yeah.
Even though the hot tub never heated up.
It never got warm.
It got warm. It never got hot.
But it was so cold outside that it was
freezing outside.
Basically cold.
Yeah.
We didn't have any. I wanted to take a bath. There was no hot water.
We took a hot shower, so that used up all our hot water. There was no microwave. There was no.
No.
There was nothing.
We had a bed and we had a tiny couch.
It almost seems like the only way to have fun at that place was to propose to your 2-year girlfriend, have a couple bottles of wine, have a good time.
And we had a great time. Like we danced and we talked and we stargazed, and it was just a great, great night, because it was like, well, we have all that we could possibly need as each other. And yeah, we were just on cloud 9, honestly.
So that's how we became fiance and fiancé.
Fiancés.
How does that?
I don't know how it is.
They're spelled differently, but they're pronounced the same, right?
Fiancé.
Yeah. Sorry, I should have said that.
Yes.
So what? Oh, so Maria's got to pee, and that means it's just gonna be me and the listeners for the next 2 minutes.
Seconds.
How long? It's been 30 minutes already. There's no way that they're still listening. But if they are, I applaud you. And we're back. So, Mariya, the question that everyone's dying to know the answer to. What are 3 things that you think I cannot live without?
Okay. Number 1, chocolate.
That's correct. You got one.
Given.
You got one.
Number 2. Maybe this is cheating, but it's kind of like a blank/blank.
Yeah.
So, music/podcasts.
Oh, you're making it more general to try and get the answer?
Well, because I can't choose out of the 2, because I know for a time, like, music was really your everything.
It's music. The answer is music.
Okay, fine. Well, I still got it.
Yeah,
correct,
I'll give you some credit.
And then my 3rd answer is another blank/blank, your friend/family.
That wasn't the answer that I wrote down.
Oh no, we're not getting married. That's it, boys.
Hey, I wrote down Mariya, you dummy.
Oh my god!
Isn't it obvious?
I thought that was cheating.
No.
Oh well, I am your friend/family,
yeah, so sure.
I basically got it right, and you got extra points.
Wait, because when I'm guessing what I think you can't live without, I put Gary as one of the answers. Is that not one of your answers?
It is partly in my.
So you have friends/family?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So Gary, my sweet love.
I feel like chocolate. I feel like every single person who knows me can get chocolate.
Okay.
I think a lot of people can get music, and Mariya couldn't even get Mariya. What does that say?
I'm humble. What can I say?
Okay, so what I think Mariya couldn't live without, I already thought Gary was one of the answers.
True. All true.
The second answer I put down was dogs.
Yes! Oslo / all dogs in the world.
Yeah, like it's obviously Oslo, but it's, just dogs.
I don't know if you all know this, but I have crazy doggy fever right now. Like, I want a dog so bad.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
But we can't have a dog at this house.
No.
So
we'll
have to see if the owner will change his mind. Or...
I'll just have to babysit other people's dogs. So come on over.
Yeah. And the third answer, I put Doritos Dinamitas
oh my
chips.
God. It was going to be spicy food.
Oh, just spicy food.
Yeah, spicy food.
Wow. Okay. So I picked one of the spicy foods.
Wow, but that is so good. Yeah, I need some pain in my diet.
I mean, since we've dated, I think the Dinamitas have been a staple.
Yeah, I did find them before, like a couple years before I met you, and they have been just my rock.
Yeah, they're your version of chocolate
in my life. Yeah, I love them. They're horrible for me, but they're good for my soul.
Okay,
I would say.
Okay. All right. What's the next question? Is you go.
The next question.
We're almost wrapping up for the listeners who have made it this far.
I'm sorry, everyone.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. So, embarrassing moments early on in dating.
Oh, in us dating?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you already told your embarrassing
the hair
story.
Yes. Maybe we can just edit this one out.
Did you have any? Did you have another embarrassing story?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I do. I told my friends about this because, like, the day after it happened, I was, like, mortified. Early on in dating, I don't know if we were even official, but maybe. I think we were.
Wait,
I don't
what
know.
happened?
So I was sleeping over at your place, and I was really gassy.
Oh, right? Yeah. Oh, jeez.
And you were asleep, I hope, and it was late, and my own farts kind of like woke me up. I don't know what we ate.
You know how it goes.
I don't know what we ate, but it was just nonstop. And every time, like, I tried to just keep it together and contained, but I couldn't stop farting. And I tried to fall asleep, but again, they just kept waking me up. And at a point, it was like a machine gun. It was like, just kept coming. And I was mortified because I was like, is this man sleeping? Is he awake? Can he hear this? Are we done? Is it over? I was so embarrassed because I've never openly farted in front of anyone. And yeah, I was like, God, just kill me now. And here we are 2 years later.
I wasn't awake.
2.5 years later. No.
And even if I was awake, I think I would have cracked a joke.
He would definitely cracked a joke. But at the time, and it was like only a few months in. I was so embarrassed. I was mortified.
Hey, Mariya, can you just leave the farting to me, please? I probably would have said something like that.
So that's really it. I don't think you have any, right?
I don't have much.
No.
We were talking about this earlier. I think I have a lot. There's probably a lot of like little embarrassing things I do all the time, and I just kind of bury them in
deep inside.
Just bury them deep inside and never actually confront them.
Okay. What are you most excited about our life together as a couple as we move forward?
Most excited. I think raising kids is like always gonna be, this final frontier of like I think we're gonna make good parents. I think you're gonna be a great mom. I think you're gonna be absolutely infatuated with our babies. It might be a little scary actually. But I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I'm definitely looking forward to, it's like I think the kid rearing process is going to be one heck of a roller coaster, but I'm looking forward to it in a sense. And then like the genuine guilty pleasure looking forward to is like the post kids time when we can do whatever we want for real. And we can travel and hang out with our homies and go back to live in our 20s, in our 70s. Yeah, I mean, so many things.
Yeah.
I mean, we just have fun every day.
Every day.
We look forward to most days.
Yeah, my grandma told me, she said, find a man who can make you laugh every day. Mm-hmm. And I did that.
She done did that.
Every single day. Even at times when we argue and you just crack a joke, it diffuses the whole situation usually.
You know, it doesn't
So I laugh.
always work.
Not always, but it usually does. Like,
It
I
doesn't
can't help
always
but
work.
smile or smirk.
It's basically a reflex.
Yeah,
And it's not always the best reflex, but
it
that's
works
life.
out.
So what are you looking forward to?
So yeah, I think being a parent in any kind of form, I think
Also a dog parent. You're really just looking forward to getting a dog,
Honestly-
period.
just pets and babies. Like I think you're gonna be an amazing dad, and our kids are gonna learn so much from you, and they're gonna have such a good time with you. And our pets too, our dog and our future cat.
They're going to learn a lot from me.
Yeah, and I used to be afraid of like expecting a child, like being pregnant. The idea of that scared me because it changes your body and maybe how you're viewed by your partner, in terms of attraction. And with you, I'm not scared of that. I think they can love me.
Increase
regardless.
attraction.
Increase attraction.
The
you
mother
won't
of
be
my
able-
kids,
Yeah.
increase attraction.
So I'm actually excited to like grow our little child inside of me. Like, how crazy is that? That's wild to think about. Oh my gosh. So I can't wait. I'm definitely mentally, I think, there because of how great everything has been. So can't wait for that. And yeah, definitely a dog. I can't wait for that too.
And a cat.
And a cat. A puppy and a kitten.
And a little tarantula.
Oh, God, no. I
Yeah,
can't.
little spiders. All right, so our final segment is discussing our honeymoon plans. We are going to have a honeymoon fund.
Yeah, I think so. And we kind of had a hard time figuring out where we'd like to go at first. So I'm doing the Bachelorette in Mexico. And I have only been there once in the past. And Gary has not ever been. And we kind of thought, we want to have a family soon. We don't really want to wait too long. So we thought, like,
screw it.
Mexico's great for a honeymoon as well.
Yeah.
Just like a different
We'll go to
Cabo.
we'll go to a different location.
Yeah.
Or Tulum.
Or Tulum. I've been there, but I'll go again.
Oh, I mean, there's a million places in Mexico. I've never been to Mexico. And, I think now that we live in cold Northern California, there were all kinds of places we could go and even like warm places on the other side of the globe. But it's like we have a tropical paradise.
Yeah, it's right here.
Right here. Our homies.
It's much easier.
Our best buds.
It's more affordable. It's a quick flight. It's only like 5 hours tops to Cabo, maybe.
How long are we going to be there for?
A week.
Okay.
At least.
At least.
And just the idea of drinking.
On a beach.
Eating.
On a beach.
Sleeping.
In a bed.
On a beach. And that just sounds so nice. With my husband at the time. My husband.
Going down to the hotel counter in the morning. Oh, yes, me and my wife are planning on taking some snorkeling lessons this afternoon.
That's how I drown. I'll never learn to snorkel.
That's why we're starting with lessons, all right?
Okay. But yeah, and then so that we can start trying to have a kid. Like, let's get to it.
That's honeymoon part 2.
Anybody got time? So yeah, we want to drink. I want to drink on the honeymoon and have fun. So we don't want to start then. But
get that out of the way.
Yeah, we want to have a good time. Then once we get back, it's back to business. So, and then what activities? Oh, I really wanted to do like outdoorsy and active things. Like I want to zip line. I want to maybe hike, depending on the hike.
Okay. Duly noted.
What about you? What kinds of... I want to do like some like adventurous activities.
For sure. Well, we still can.
I don't want to... I'm not good at kayaking, as you have seen.
You don't want to do any water sports?
You do all the work, basically, when we kayak. But I'm not good at water. It just scares me. But maybe I can try again.
So we take a lesson.
Okay.
Just a quick snorkel lesson in the pool.
I'm down. Oh, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
I just, it's the... Okay, everyone. The feeling of having your nose all plugged up and you only use your mouth for oxygen, and then you're underwater, and then you're just the body. It's like, no, I can't breathe if I'm underwater. It's a reflex. That's what my body does. It's like, I am not going to breathe under here. Are you insane? So I just can't do anything underwater. I can't snorkel. It's tough.
The way she talks about it, it's like she's offended by the water. She's like, how dare you even make me attempt this?
Water's not my friend. We don't coexist very well, other than when I drink it.
Yeah, I'm going to teach you how to swim, how to bike.
I know how to swim.
When we raise our kids.
I know how to swim. But there are
Let the record state, I know how to swim.
I just don't like going underwater. As a kid, I did, but as I got older, I just got scarier. I don't know. It's weird. But it's going to be fun, our honeymoon.
It'll be fun. It'll be good. All right, this has been our wedding podcast.
Woohoo!
We are excited to celebrate with everyone next year.
I can't wait.
Time's going to go by real fast. I mean, 2021 went by quite quickly.
I would say so, yeah.
2020 took forever. 2021 went by quite quickly. I get the sense 22 is going to also go by pretty fast.
So take it all in. Enjoy it.
Yeah. And as we always do, as a tradition on this podcast, we're going to end with a song. And we're going to end with one of Mariya and my... it's really our first, collective song.
Yeah.
That we both...
really love.
And we're like, oh, you know this song? Oh, you know this song? Oh, I love this song. Yeah. And it's a bit of a love song.
It kind of is, yeah.
And we're going to end it out with that. So the name of the song is Superposition by Young the Giant. Ooh. That drum line, I love that drum start. This has been Listener's Choice, Podcast 84, the Wedding Podcast. We will see you next year. We have...
Mariya.
And I'm Gary. And we're out.
I don't believe in fate, no psychic vision. Things fall into place, superposition. In any universe, you are my dark star. I want you to want me. Why don't we rely on chemistry? Why don't we collide the spaces that divide us? I want you to want me. Superstition aims with imprecision. But when things can't be explained, superposition. Oh, in any universe, you are my dark star. I want you to want me. Why don't we rely on chemistry? Why don't we collide the spaces that divide us? I want you to want me. I want you to want me. No matter what we do,